And you know something? It's not going to stop at 696. It's going to come right on up in your neighborhood. And I'm estimating. Some of you complained about $50. But $500,000, it's yeah. Who's responsible for that $500,000? Me and you. And all the rest. This is something very serious. In fact, no, I ain't gonna get into that tonight. I'll get into that later. But remember, folks, when you go around to talk to people about this coming election, what are you going to tell them? What are you going to tell them? Are you going to say, I helped you? I done what I could do? Or did I sit up there and say yes, and cost you money? And in my closing remarks, I'm going to say this. I was very, very disappointed at the council meeting when I heard I wasn't able to be there. But when I heard that we had 5 councilmen agreed to pay up to $10,000 for a lawyer for our mayor, that he refused to put his birth date on the paperwork. Are you going to tell the voters that when you go around to talk to them? Are you going to say, hey, yeah, I said that. We'll give $10,000 of your money away, that's what it takes. No, you ain't going to do that. Don't try to paint a pretty picture, because people see it. People sees through each and every one of them.
Thank you.
And I'm through. No.
Mr. Weechek?
No, not at this time.
I'm sorry, I don't know your name.
It's Tomas.
Thomas, did you want to speak?
Sure. The first thing is just going to be a comment more than anything. Something I've learned from doing risk vulnerability analyses on government buildings is, as far as I understand, you're required to announce exit locations prior to the start of any meeting indoors. But anyway, due to the fact that the communications department and the city in general does not feel it is necessary to provide the residents and council with easily accessible information, I'm currently working on a website that, 1, allows residents and council to upload FOIA documents and collaborate on FOIA requests. 2, provides the residents and council with easy video access of meetings, including this one, and, for example, the building authority meeting yesterday. And 3, allows residents to submit news and links pertinent to the operations of the city. If you'd like the link, I'd be more than happy to provide it. There's much more I could say right now, but I'm going to leave it for next week's meeting. I want to conclude with a quote that I thought of while hearing some of the things that people have said. As George Carlin would say if he saw the state of this city, he'd probably say his famous quote, "The American dream, where you have to be asleep to believe it." Thank you.
Mr. Hunt?
Hi, I'm going to be brief. I'm studying the Downtown Development Authority now, and quite simply put, we have a sign in front of City Hall on Van Dyke Civic Center Drive that doesn't have electricity. Maybe we could plug some electricity into that, maybe get it started. That'll get some revenue.
Mr. Hunt, can you hold on one moment? We seem to have a...
Reverend Kyle?
Yes.
Yeah.
You still don't? Yeah, he's still. Probably he.
Okay.
He's on phone.
He's still up. He's okay.
Yeah, okay.
He's all right. I'm sorry, Mr. Hunt. I apologize for the interruption.
I could talk for a long time, but Downtown Development Authority really needs, we need Mr. Brown to come here and explain the current implementation of the Downtown Development Authority. This is like maybe the 5th or 6th budget hearing meeting, and quite simply put, you're going through and you're talking about, we heard about layoffs and stuff like that, but Downtown Development Authority, that's District 2, which is my district, and I talked with Richard II the other day about the importance of the Downtown Development Authority. The 16 acres going for $20 million around City Hall, quite simply put, the court does sit on DDA property, and the idea is that all this property is transferred April 24th of 2006, and if it's up to the DDA to enhance this area. maybe we should get Mr. Brown in, maybe get the whole entire board in, so that they can explain what they've been doing in the last 4 years. I mean, all we really have around this whole entire city are signature purchase signs, and they haven't even called me back, and that was 2 months ago. So I don't anticipate anybody that even wants to buy some of this property will get a call. I mean, $32 per square foot. I mean, it's unfortunate Mr. Walker is laid off. I mean, we could get rid of some of these appointees, because quite simply put, Bonkowski had 19, Steenberg had 31, and now Boutz has more than 31. He's complaining about something. He's doing now what he complained about so long ago. But quite simply put, I'll just stop here and say the sign in front of City Hall needs some electricity right away.
Thank you. Sir?
Todd Keyworth, 16-year employee at the City Warren Assessor's Office. Hear a lot of talk about the senior real property appraiser being out sick leave. He had a broken ankle. The general consensus is, well, they got along without him for 10 weeks. That just proves we don't need it. Couldn't disagree with you any more. For the 10 weeks he was out, every member of our staff ran ourselves to the ragged edge, trying to make up for the loss. We were to this breaking point. I fear if that position is lost permanently in this budget, you're going to handicap our office to the point where we will no longer be able to efficiently function. As Mr. Liss pointed out, the tax tribunals are at an all-time high. It is direct responsibility of our office to defend those values. And the general 57% of the general revenue fund comes through our doors. And to eliminate a position in that office at this time just does not make sense. Does not make sense. Thank you.
Thank you. Next. Anyone along there?
Evelyn Haramia, Union Steward, same two requests. Please don't cut occupied positions. Somebody will get laid off. And please don't grant any raises, no matter who they're for.
Thank you.
Gloria Sanker, lifelong resident of Warren and also a council candidate in District 2. Now is crunch time. And with that, you know, if things aren't fixed now, it's just going to get worse. It's hard to fix now. But it's going to even get harder to fix in the future. Nothing goes away without making some hard decisions. This is the most difficult budget I believe we have had in all of the time of Warren's existence. We all have to make sacrifices, and none of us are going to be able to hide that's associated with the city making any kind of money. We're not going to be able to hide. It's what we call shared sacrifice. And we must have less government, and we must spend less. Sacrifice is going to have to start at the beginning, and it's going to hit everybody. And our districts, of course, are going to want to know, what are we going to do for you? And you know what? In order to give them that information, we're going to have to find some money. Good luck.
Lee Zumbrun, President of Local 1250. I just want to agree with Mr. Liss, Mr. Keyworth, what they said about the senior property appraiser position and assessing that position is vital. With all the tribunals going on, we need that manpower there. That position will pay for itself, and you won't see it with the money we save on the tribunals. We have to do that position. And with the two DPW specialist positions, DPW's been cut to the bone right now. I mean, they're running, when the snow came, they had to ask other departments to help them out. If they cut these two positions, they're just going to be desperate. And if you talk to Ben Neighbors at DPW, he'll even say that these two guys that are going to be cut, they're two of his go-to guys. I mean, when he needs that snow plow, they're always there for him. And that's the kind of people we need. If we cut them, it's going to hurt morale. And I think it might have been Mary Camp that brought up that the problem with this budget, it's more of a structural problem. It's not just little things. And that's the main thing, is it's a structural problem. Cutting these 4 filled positions, it's not going to solve the problems. All it's going to do, it's gonna save maybe a little bit of money, but it's gonna hurt in the long run with the services, and it's gonna hurt morale too. And I think we need to find somewhere else to cut, and if we could just keep those 4 filled positions, 2 in DPW, 1 assessing, and 1 in the treasurer's office. And lastly, Mr. List made another good point, he thinks we should cut 5 of the appointees. And I agree, I mean, all through the years, the unions have been taking cuts, 1250 has lost so many members, but the number of appointees hasn't gone down. It's like, I think some of them should be cut also to match what we've taken. I mean, they've got less people to manage, they should be less appointees.
Thank you.
I'm good, thanks. I think everybody's, those are, Dan Kunert, Senior Property Appraiser in the Assessing Department. Seniority date September 1985. I have received the layoff notice from Labor Relations. I've made an appointment with my union representatives to exercise my bumping rights. I won't lose my job. Ted Keyworth will get bumped. He does your industrial appraisals. He's got enough seniority to bump the appraiser that's doing 1/3 of your residential appraisals. Jeff Edwards is the guy that's going to lose his job. You're doing 2009, 2010, 2011 appeals. If you're not defending those values, you have to rewrite your revenues for 2009 and 2010. And that's for the general fund, special revenue funds, as well as the schools. So we're asking you to amend the mayor's recommendation on page 69. You can see that the current is 11 personnel, and the recommendation is 10, because we're eliminating the senior real property appraiser. Please amend that recommendation.
Thank you.
Jeff Edwards, I work in the assessor's office for 5 years now. I'm also just basically reiterating what my 3 colleagues have said already. I would be the person directly affected if the mayor's proposed budget were to be accepted, and I would be laid off. Like Dan said, I do 1/3 of the work of the residential properties. I do prepare the tribunal appeals, and losing another person in our department would just be, would severely handicap our department. And right now, with the amount of appeals that we have, it's just vital that we keep this appeals.
Thank you. Mr. Lopes?
You're Lucas? I'm sorry.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Levis, and I know you all know me by now. I've got a few things to address. Mr. Schimmel, I understand that you just said, you've been here a year and a half maybe, you've settled 5 union contracts. For the last 3 years, we've been trying to get appointees to take a pay cut. Pay cut, not benefit, pay cut. I was told by you.
Excuse me, I'm sorry, can you just address the?
Okay, I'm sorry. I was told by
Thank you.
Mr. Schimmel that as soon as a union contract was settled, the appointees would take pay cuts, or the same as the union did. I kind of wondered about that, but my understanding is, and if I'm wrong, I would like to be shown I'm wrong, I would like to see what the appointees have taken. I want to see the cuts that they have taken. And if we only have 7 or 8 unions in this city, are we only ratifying 1-year contracts? Why aren't we going